What is that? Has this been here the whole time?
The poof? Yeah, I don't know. Probably.
A poof was just hiding in my house, you guys.
You've got one. You've been in
That is
danger
scary.
this whole time.
You didn't even know.
I know.
terrifying.
I had no idea. I literally saw it on screen and I went, you. And
That's just like a cabin poof.
Oh my God, look at that thing.
so I'm just gonna lovingly hold the poof because I think I've tamed the
Yes.
poof at this point.
Oh,
I fed the
done.
poof.
That's good. That's
you know what
important.
to do with the poof.
Yeah, you fed it booze, right?
Exactly. It was a lot of ethanol.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to thank you for giving us an apocalypse movie in which people like me with lots of useless skills feel like maybe we're not so
Yes.
useless.
We need a movie too.
And one of the things that I was like so in love with about the film was that Sue and Jack get to know something about each other that they didn't realize before. Like they're learning, like they're not so useless after all. And I wanted to ask you guys if you had learned something like that about each other during the production of the movie.
Yeah, I learned that Alex could direct.
I proved myself to her.
There you go.
We were out in the woods a lot. Obviously we're all like all the crew had to be a part of this, and we learned about ticks and how to try to not get ticks on ourselves.
You want to watch out for the tiny ones.
I had one on me that we found on me, and I really thought it was a freckle until we took a photo of it and zoomed in
on the photo, and then we saw the legs.
No.
Yeah. That's real. They're tiny. What did we learn about each other? I guess, like when you're working together, you'd sort of figure out that you each have strengths and weaknesses in terms of it's nice to have like someone kind of always there to like pick the other person up, like sometimes you fall into the pit of despair and you generally do that at the same time. So throughout the whole process, I feel like we both, we're each other's champion.
We learned that we could count on each other.
Yeah, sure. That's a valuable skill to be the one who's like giving the pep talk.
Yeah.
Well, and certainly being able to, have someone to rely on is such a gift in this world. And it's whether you're making a film or whether it's just in the world that we're living in, it's so comforting. And I think it shines through in movies when nice. You're like, these people just like, I could imagine them all just really liking each other.
We had that with our crew for sure.
We had the best crew of all time.
We had a real love fest with our crew. It was so nice.
We like did tie-dye on the weekends and went rollerblading. You know what I mean? It was like idyllic.
It was really fun.
Have you ever sent a text with an absolutely horrifying typo in it, as is shown in the film as well? Have you just been mortified at yourself?
Yeah,
definitely. We can't say it on the computer.
No, I've gotten the lowdown on the poofs in real life and how they were. I'm calling them couture poofs because they were. Mm-hmm. What?
This is a mini poof that our production designer made for us after the shoot. It's like a bubblehead.
Eleanor, how did you design the poof?
This is too scary. Was that the question? Was that going to be the question?
I wanted to know everything about having them on set. Did they have their own trailer? Like they were functioning. They had the,
in a way. I mean, Calder, who's our special effects supervisor, had a van, with all the poofs and the poof things in there. So they kind of did have their own trailer.
It was like a van of horrors.
It was mostly the thing with the poofs was that we had to everyone, they're furry, and like you're showing us here, you want to touch them, and so we had to give the crew all their own like mini keychain poof so that they wouldn't touch the poofs. It was really only us and the art department that touched them, and Calder obviously, but
because they're really
every
soft.
time you want to touch a poof, you just touch your own poof.
Yes.
And not the actual.
Smart.
Because they get ratty.
Oh, that's the thing. Yeah, people don't understand that. Like, I don't let my husband touch this. The only time he touches it is to scare me after the movie. He's being punished for it. And finally, I wanted to ask you if there was one modern real life skill that you have that would be completely useless in the apocalypse. Like for me, I'm pretty good at painting my nails. So go ahead.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I make pottery. I don't know how that fits into the apocalypse, but that's like it's a nice skill for right now, but it's not going to get me anywhere.
I'm good if someone just throws something at me.
Oh, he can catch it.
I can catch it.
That actually might be helpful. Alex truly can catch anything you throw at him.
Yeah, just
wherever
catch
he
it.
is. He's just, that's great.
I actually
catch a poof.
Yeah, catch a poof.
I love that both actually and metaphorically, and I think that it's quite useful. So
yeah, good call.
That does it for me. I'm gonna go have a cocktail with my poof, you guys.
Oh, lovely.
I'm jealous.
It was so great to meet you.
Likewise. Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.